Yeah. Yeah. What it do? Off the Cuff Radio live stream. I'm your host, King Eric, the Media Assassin. And this beat here is done by Young Devontae. Be sure to subscribe to his channel. This is the Jason Griselda type Westside Gun beat. Straight fire right here. So yeah, I'm here with y'all. Give y'all some wrestling content. There's two main things that I want to touch on too. First of all, we give a big shout out to the enemy. We did a dope interview with him the other night. We had a dope build. Be sure that we're gonna have that interview up on YouTube probably either tomorrow or Saturday. A lot of good stuff that was mentioned on that interview that I didn't even know about. I didn't know this brother was really in debt in the West Coast history like that. So that's gonna be an interesting dialogue to have and build. But nevertheless, man, I'm here with y'all. We're gonna have some wrestling content for this show right here. And one of the big news that made me want to do this is the immortal Hulk Hogan wants to return to the ring, y'all. It's right. He did an interview the other day with, I think it was an MMA show, and he was talking about possibly returning for a retirement match at WrestleMania 40. And the guy he wants to get in the ring with for his final matchup is the rattlesnake himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, if this was 20 years ago, this would have done monster numbers. But right now, nah. Stone Cold ain't gonna do it. Stone Cold ain't gonna do it, man, because he felt the match he did with Kevin Owens was the right closure for his career. It was the right closure because he came back in Texas, he whooped ass, he sold tickets, and went all his way. He sailed to the sunset. Him coming back is going to do nothing but devalue his brand. Because number one, how is this going to even happen? Who's going to take the L? That's going to be the key. Stone Cold ain't going to take no L. Shogun can't shut up. He's done. Yeah, man, I call it Hulk Tales, bro. Hulk Tales. Like DuckTales, Hulk Tales. Because let me tell you, man, about 85% of the stuff that come out of Hogan's mouth, you can take for a grain of salt, dude. Like, that's just the way he is. He's the king of Cap. If they should call him Captain America. Hulkamania, Captamania. That should be the name. But there's no way that's going to work. Stone Cold play politics just like Hogan do. Stone Cold is brand heavy on his brand. He ain't laying down for no bullshit leg drop, man. Let's just be clear. His ego ruined people's career. Damn right it did, man. Like, he tried to play politics with Stone Cold. Stone Cold like, hell no, we ain't doing this. Cause see, Stone Cold the type of person, if he gonna play politics, it's gotta make sense. Like, if he gonna job, it gotta make sense. It gotta draw money. So that way it won't hurt his brand. Because see, people don't understand about wrestling is with L's, the more L's you take, the more the value your brand is. Like that, I was listening to CM Punk shoot that he did several years back when he was talking about this, when he was with the WWE at the time. And yeah, he was at the WWE at the time, and he was talking about he took an L to Taker. He's taking an L to Brock Lesnar. I took an L to Triple H, I think. I got it. I'm looking back. Not Triple H, but The Rock. I took 3 straight L's. My brand is devalued right now. How am I going to sell tickets? How am I going to sell merch? And people will sit back and be like, well, he's just being a mark. Nah, it's about protecting your brand. The brand is what makes you money. And Hulk Hogan, he wants that match right there. He wants that match with Steve Austin. That's the only thing he gonna get. He ain't gonna get it with the Tribal Chief. He ain't gonna get it with the Tribal Chief. The Tribal Chief gonna finish that in 3 minutes. Fuck out of here. Hogan ain't gonna come over there trying to make the Tribal Chief job. Ah. He ain't gonna pull on politics on these young boys here. They don't give a damn what you did back in 82. Let him come over there and come to Vince, talk about, hey brother, Let's do this finish right. Let's do this finish. Let Roman lay down for me. Vince goes like, man, you don't get the fuck out of here. You ain't going to, you ain't going to beat the tribal chief. Even when he had the interview today, he said nothing but nice words about the tribal chief, man. He ain't gonna interfere with that. No politics is done, boy. Hogan had one hell of a run until the industry blackballed for being a weirdo. Yeah, he tell lies, man. It's Hope tales. Hogan will cap in a minute. Yeah, he'll cap in a long minute. One thing I will give Hulk Hogan, though, he know how to play the game. He knows how to play politics with wrestling. I got to give him that. That motherfucker can play the game. And when he play the game, he play to win it. You know what I'm saying? I remember looking at Dark Side of the Ring. I think that's on the night. Hold on, I think Dark Side of the Ring come on tonight. Damn, I got to check that out. But I remember the episode of Dark Knight of the Ring when they went to Korea. And they wanted Hogan to go over there with him. And Hulk was like, nah, brother. Not going to do the job, brother. I'm not going to lay down, brother. And they let him go. And then I also looked at it too. His pay cut of WCW, he was getting a piece of the pay-per-view buy rates. Well, what's up, bro? What's good, man? Feel good to be back with y'all. Yeah, man, Hulk Hogan could play the game. He was getting a chunk of those pay-per-view earnings from WCW. Yo, he was playing Eric Bischoff like a fiddle. He had Eric Bischoff eating out the palm of his hand. Cause Eric Bischoff was so desperate for a new star to break even and to make a profit. He gave Hogan everything. Like, he gave Hogan the keys to the kingdom. He gave him the booking right. He gave him the right to bring his pals in. Everybody got pushed out. Steve Austin out of here. Mick Foley out of here. Vader out of here. All the people that carried WCW through the dark ages out of here. Sting was demoted. Sting was demoted, but see, Sting was a nice guy. He brought Savage in there, and Savage, he kind of took Sting's life. I think Sting was salty about that because Hogan's pals came in and just started taking all the big positions. Flair, he took the brunt of it too. They made him look like a laughing stock. Finger Poker Doom was the worst thing in wrestling. Finger Poker Doom killed WCW, man. Straight up. Like, y'all was going against Mick Foley and The Rock. Y'all sold out Atlanta, the Georgia Dome. And y'all do that around then. You don't do that on that. You do that on like WCW Saturday night. Or you do something. You don't do that at no event of that magnitude right there. That Finger Poker Doom killed everything, man. I was like, yo. They re-up in the NWO again. Oh, God, they done. They done. They are done. But, just like y'all said, man, Hulk Hogan, man, he know how to play the game. He know how to play the game, boy. Like, see, Vince would let him get away with so far. Even with Vince, if Vince he always going to have a soft spot for Hulk. Because think about it. Hulk got him that bread. Hulk blew up the rest of the WWF. So, he always going to have a sweet spot. And Hogan being the opportunist that he is, he going to take advantage of that shit. That nigga came back, WWF back in 2002, got a title reign out that bitch. Hogan can play the game. Straight up. I gotta hand it to him, man. Nobody can play the game like Hulk Hogan, bro. Even Shawn Michaels had to lay down. He had Shawn Michaels laying down, and Shawn Michaels was one of the biggest politicians, backstage politicians out there. I don't lay down for nobody. Hogan made him lay down, bro. Then what got me, though, this was told me that Hulk Hogan was on some BS, man. When he had Randy Orton lay down for him, you mean to tell me he could barely walk in the ring? He was hobbling all over there, and he gonna job to that boot and that leg drop? We know that was some bull. I think that was his last match. I think that was his final match with Randy Orton. That was in 2006. That was his last match, I believe. But his ego is like, I got to take the shine, brother. He can't sit down, man. Him and Flair are two peas of the same pot. And Stone Cold ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna tell y'all that straight up. Stone Cold is not gonna do it. Stone Cold is very brand heavy. He protects his brand because you gotta understand the way he came up, eating peeled potatoes in the back of taxis and sleeping in the back of cars. He ain't trying to go back to that again. Straight up. Because those guys, they had to literally crawl, scratch, grind. They were paying them real dudes back in the 80s, boy. It won't like it was back then. A lot of these dudes, they go to NXT and they get put on within 6 months to a year. These guys had to go through the territories. They had to go through 8, 9 different territories until Vince noticed them. Because, see, at the time, you either go to the WWF or you go to WCW. And one of them noticed you, you on. You had to go to damn near 10 territories. Wrestling twice, like 4 or 5 times a week, twice on Sunday. Shoot. Them territories was rough back then. But Hogan coming back is a joke to me, man. Like, come on, man. If you really want to do it, why don't you get that re-up with Brock Lesnar? If you want to draw some money, he ain't gonna do that. Tell you, one punch from Brock Lesnar and the bread basket gonna have him puking, boy. Cause you know how Brock, when he get mad, like he be like, ooh, ooh. You see how he pieced up Braun Strowman up? Cause Braun Strowman tried to shoot. Look at the Royal Rumble match in 2019 where Braun Strowman, I think, kneed Lesnar in the face. Then Lesnar got back up and pieced him up. That was the receipt right there. Hope don't want none of that. Nobody want no receipt from Brock Lesnar, yo. Brock Lesnar is a beast, nigga. He top 5 to me. Lesnar's top 5 to me, man. Straight up, dead or alive, he top 5 talent to me. Let's think about it. A lot of people would say whatever, man. I got Brock Lesnar in my Mount Rushmore for a reason. Because Brock Lesnar, he brought the big fight energy to wrestling. He brought it back. When the WWE was looking very cartoony, he balanced that back out and he became the box office draw. He got one of the illest finishes I ever seen in my life, the F5. Fucking you up. I mean, yeah, his mic skills is like, yeah, it's mic skills, but come on, man. He makes up for everything else. This nigga was doing shooting star presses. I'm like, what? Brock came there in 5 months and was the champion. You ain't gonna never see nothing that magical right there. He beat all them niggas. He beat Flair. He beat Hogan. He beat Kurt Angle. He beat The Undertaker. He beat who else? Rob Van Dam. He beat both of the Hardys. All that in about 5 months. You ain't gonna see no run like that, yo. But going back to this here, I got off a little tangent. But going back to Hulk Hogan, he can draw money with Goldberg. He need to get his receipt from Goldberg. Goldberg beat him in the Georgia Dome in '98. Make that happen. Because Steve Austin ain't doing it. Steve Austin is done. Stone Cold, if he gonna do it, he ain't jobbing to no leg drop. He ain't jobbing to no boot. He ain't gonna, I'm gonna tell you this. He do all that hulking up, Austin gonna knock his ass out. Straight up. Nah, man. He ain't gonna do that. Nah, because they're not gonna do the street fight. They're not gonna be believable. It's not gonna be believable. It's not gonna be believable. Plus, if this match should have happened, it should have happened 20 years ago. It should have happened in 2002 if we were really talking semantics. We were really talking about really packing a house. It should have happened 2002 at WrestleMania 18. But you know, they couldn't come to a finish then. Because Austin won't job it. Especially if Hope came back after being gone for 7 years back to the WWE. Also like, nah, man, you ain't taking my spot. I ain't jobbing the shit. I ain't jobbing the Sky Hall. I ain't jobbing the Nash. Fuck y'all. I ain't jobbing none. I took my ball and went home. But that's where it is right now, man. So I don't know who he gonna pick to go up. Now, my best bet for him would be Ric Flair. Ric Flair love clout. Plus, Ric Flair, He wants to rewrite the wrong of that embarrassing performance at his retirement match last year. That was some bullshit. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal had to carry him. They had to carry him, man. So Flair probably gonna want, like, look, I want to match up with Hulk. Let's get this bag. We both need it. You know? That would make more sense than anything, man, because Flair and Hogan are pretty much in that same bracket. It'll probably look like Robert De Niro and Sylvester Stallone when they fought in that grudge match joint. Oh, one last match. He said he was. He said he was training hard. Matter of fact, if you read the article, he said he was close to coming back this year. He wanted to do something with Shane McMahon. I'm like, man, that shit ain't gonna work. Shane barely could even move, man. You see how Shane look? He looked crazy as hell out there. He couldn't even do a shuffle. That nigga was breathing on hard. Then he broke his leg doing the match, and Snoop had to save it. That wouldn't have worked. That wouldn't have worked at all. That's a disaster in the waiting. Shane done. All that. Here comes the money. Money, money, money. He ain't doing that no more. Nah, man, let these young dudes eat, man. Like, y'all need to cut it out, man. Y'all need to cut it out. He ain't got a leg drop left. That nigga whole hip gonna come out if he do a leg drop, man. I don't know how they gonna do the finish. I don't know. But right now, that's what they looking at for. He was doing an interview today, and he was talking about probably doing one last match next year. Shane tore his ankle the same way Vince tore his back in the Royal Rumble. Ain't that ironic? Ain't that ironic? That means you need to stay your asses out of here. Straight up. Let these young guys run with it, man. Like saying, unless you were putting over talent, nigga, you ain't gonna come over here winning no more belts, man. You damn sure ain't going against the tribal chief. Shit, the tribal chief would take him out in what, 3 minutes? Nah, you ain't going against him. That's why he kept his words about the tribal chief real pleasant. He won't smoke with Steve Austin, man. You going with your age bracket, nigga. You going for your age bracket. Cause nobody in his era really around no more, man. Like, who's around? Who's around that could, from his era? He could probably re-up one with Vince. Oh, man. But you know, there's another thing I want to talk to y'all about too, man. And this is about the pay-per-view coming up Saturday. I'm gonna be real, man. I don't know how the WWE is. They're getting bags for this, but the interest level since Mania has waned. Now, Backlash was a dope pay-per-view. I will give them that. When it comes to putting out pay-per-views, they on the money. You know why? Because the talent is very superb. But these Monday Night Raws, man, oh my God. They're long. They're dreadful. There's nothing nonsensical going on with the story. They're not developing real well. That Trish Stratus Becky Lynch promo was horrible. You could tell Trish Stratus was reading her lines. She was trying to memorize lines, some bullshit they gave her, because that shit was corny. That back and forth was corny. Then I'm trying to figure this out. What's the origin of this Brock Lesnar Cody Rhodes feud? We still don't get no answers. But you know what really makes sense to me, if they do it like this, which I doubt they would. Have Triple H be the guy behind the scenes that sent Brock out there. Let him be the shot caller. He was the one behind screwing Cody Rhodes, having Brock Lesnar go after Cody Rhodes. You know why? There's a good reason behind the story. Because he destroyed Triple H's throne, and Triple H don't like that. That's the only layer you can go with it. Because it don't make no sense to have Cody Rhodes with a broken arm beat Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions. They really booked themselves into a damn corner. How the hell Cody Rhodes with a broken arm gonna beat Brock Lesnar? Unless he cheats. And now he's supposed to have a broken arm. Like, they've been doing this for 20 years. They've been booking themselves in the corners. I don't know how this is going to come out. He's just going to have to maul Cody Rhodes. What do you think of AEW coming out with a new show on Saturdays called AEW Collision featuring CM Punk? I think it will be a good move. I think it'll be a good move if they could get CM Punk really involved. Like, let all this stuff that happened between them in the past Let's get this money. Let's draw these crowds. Because that's what AEW needs to do now. AEW, I see what they're trying to do. Now they're trying to focus on their homegrown talent, which is nothing wrong with that. You know, bringing Jungle Boy and what's his name? Darby Allin and what's this other dude name? What's his name? MJF, and there's somebody else up there. Sammy Guevara. But those dudes ain't drawing money. You gotta have cool characters, man. They trying to push Adam Cole, but like Adam Cole, he ain't got the swagger. He ain't got the look. I don't want to get a t-shirt with Adam Cole. That's just me. Like, you know, you gotta get people that can sell t-shirts and merchandise and look cool. They done fucked up Keith Lee. Keith Lee done. I don't know what they doing with Keith Lee. I give them credit for trying to involve hip-hop, but they're not doing it much for me. They try to have Trina up there. They try to have Bow Wow up there. Nah, they ain't gonna work. The Rick Ross thing would have been good if Rick Ross would have had a solid squad. But they just threw that squad together. They had the bootleg Brock Lesnar up there, some other dude. And they had the guy Swerve. And it came off real corny. Keith Lee is done, bro. People can say what they want about Vince McMahon. He made the right call on that one. People don't want to hear it. They be thinking the WWE be holding a lot of these niggas back. A lot of them just don't have it. I'm sorry. Vince, now one thing is different between Vince and Triple H. There's two differences. Triple H will give you a shot. That's one thing I will give him. If you fall, that's on you. I give him credit for that more so than Vince. Vince could just look at you and be like, oh, he ain't got it. I ain't gonna push him down there. I don't like his look. I don't like his move. I don't like nothing this guy got. Push him down the ladder. Vince and Prom Pritchard, they're not gonna give you no chance. Triple H give you a chance, it's on you to go do something with. If you can't get over, then hey, that's your fault. But Vince, he'll look at you one time. But then again, Vince McMahon been around the business for about almost 100 years. So he knows probably what he talk about to a degree when it comes to talent getting over at the end of the day. Now, he's out of touch as hell, but there's some things that he's right about. And certainly, some of these niggas ain't got it. Man. Keith Lee, one of them. He showed out, though, at the NXT. He showed out a little bit, but when he got on that main roster, part of that could be WWE, but he ain't push himself enough. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really push himself enough to want to be the man. Now, it does help that you have the backing of the company behind you, but at the same time, you got to get over, man. Keith Lee just don't have, he couldn't get over. Some of it could be the WWE fault, but a lot of that is also him. He ain't really showing attitude. He did decent in NXT, but it's a different ball game on Raw. He probably been better off on SmackDown, fam. He probably been a bit off on SmackDown, though. But he going on Monday Night Raw, Vince's domain, nigga. You sink or swim. You sink and you out of here. It's a different ball game. So a lot of that, some of that is not his fault, but some of it is. That's the way I feel about it. Another thing I want to touch on too, and this was stupid of me. I don't care what anybody say. Why did they make another belt? Then you know what that's showing me? It's showing me exactly what AJ Styles said. This belt ain't secondary. They basically giving us this belt because we couldn't beat Roman Reigns. So we just figure, okay, y'all can't beat Roman. Here's another belt for you to get. That made the roster look like chumps. Now they want to spin it and say, oh, the tribal chief ain't around to defend his belts. He holding it hostage. It's more so nobody can beat him. So now they're going to create another belt for y'all. Because you can't beat him. And he got both titles. Make it sense. Make it make sense. Now they're making y'all look crazy. AJ was right. The heavyweight belt, nothing but a secondary belt. That's all it is, fam. AJ was right about that, man. He gave y'all a hand-me-down belt. That would have did more. That would have done worse for Cody Rhodes. I don't know why Triple H did that. Triple H, I don't know why either, man. That didn't make no sense at all. Because, see, I think what it was, I think they want Roman Reigns to break that record. They want Roman Reigns to break that record so they could change up the history books a little bit. Because, number one, they trying to erase CM Punk out of there because he had a long record. They definitely want to erase Chris Benoit out of there. They want to erase certain people out of them history books so that way they can revision it, rewrite history, so to speak. Because that's what it is. Then on top of that, they wanted to keep on making Randy Orton the youngest champion because Brock Lesnar split on him. And at the time, Brock Lesnar was the youngest champion. That's why they pushed it to Randy Orton because Brock Lesnar bounced on him. So they want to give it to Randy, even though Randy wasn't ready. He definitely wasn't ready. Because that's how they do it. That's definitely how they do it. But with this belt here, it don't do nothing for the talent. It make the talent look like second-class citizens. They ain't on Roman's level. I think it boils down to Triple H's vision versus Vince's vision. That's what is going down. That's what's really happening. That's what's been the story with the WWE for the past 10 years, actually. Since Triple H took over and started really transitioning into the business side, you've been seeing more of that. You've been seeing more of that clash. You could tell it's a clash between egos and vision between those two. Because Vince has his way, Triple H being more so involved with the youth, he has his way. And it's night and day with the way you look at these shows. Triple H has his favorites, which is the indie guys. Vince has his favorites, these muscle guys. And when you start seeing guys that can't get over but get pushed somehow because he got that muscle look, that's Vince. When you start seeing guys that can't get a damn cheer but look like he work at Trader Joe's, that's Triple H. But they don't know. But see, the thing is, they got to work together, man. They got to work together to make this right. Because at the end of the day, they doing everything else. I heard they were trying to move Raw off Mondays. I'm like, y'all doing everything except make the show look good or make the show watchable. Y'all doing all this other shit. And the show still ain't watchable. Nobody can watch a full 3-hour Raw like that. Triple H, just for the most part, was a little bit better. It had a lot of improvement. He even said himself that doing 3-hour Raws is very challenging. Because you notice this. You watch SmackDown. SmackDown flows a little bit better. You could do that with 2 hours. You can't do it with 3 hours. 3 hours is impossible. Unless you have the talent pool to do it. They have the talent, but they don't know how to micromanage it. It's hard to micromanage 3 hours. Especially when you have a limited set of wrestlers on one brand. And half of them ain't over. And especially when your main attraction is not even there. So that's a challenge of its own. That's why they got Brock Lesnar back there. Because Vince be tearing up scripts right before the show starts. You wonder why garbage Raws every Monday night. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true, man. He comes in when the show is written, tears it up and rewrites the shit himself and put it out there. And now the talent is looking around scrambling. You can't work in that. Roman's about to break CM Punk WWE title reign, and whoever dethrones Roman, the WWE need to go and retire the Universal Champion. Exactly. It's not Exactly. That's what it's really all about. They're trying to erase CM Punk's record. That's what it really all about. It ain't really about erasing or tying up with Hulk Hogan. It's more so erasing his because he left with a bad stain. They really want to break Punk's record. That's exactly what it is. But to his credit, Roman Reigns have earned that though, because Roman Reigns carried this company through COVID, during the lockdown and all that. So he been showing up. They need Gunther to break Roman Reigns' title reign. Gunther is next in line. Gunther, yeah, he's phenomenal. Gunther is very phenomenal. He's one of the best talents they got. That motherfucker can work. He can work with any talent. He's one of my favorites actually up there. He can work with the cruiserweight talent. He did a dope match with Rey Mysterio on SmackDown a couple months back. He could work with the big men, which was Drew McIntyre. That match with him and Sheamus and Gunther, oh my God. Every time they was hitting each other, I was like, shit. Whoo. That's one of my favorite matches. Those three there, Sheamus and Gunther, they had some of the dopest matches I've seen in years. Especially the one they did at the pay-per-view. It was another pay-per-view they did last year, I think. But Gunther, he's a phenomenal talent. To break Roman Reigns' title record, the thing is this though, bro, is there gotta be a good baby face in line. The heels could only draw so much money if you don't have a good baby face. Cody Rhodes could play that role real well. But they sabotaging his shit. Like, I feel this ain't really going nowhere with Brock Lesnar right now. Because, number one, we don't really know why. Unless Triple H is behind the pulling the strings. But I don't know where this is going. It's not doing anything for Brock. It's not doing anything for Cody at this point. And now they booked themselves in the corner with Cody Rhodes where he has to win. He beat Brock Lesnar with a broken arm. That's going to do something for Brock. You know Brock ain't going to stand for that. I don't understand the logic behind this story at all. Like, he just one day decided just want to attack Cody. And that's a Vince McMahon move, yeah, because he don't explain shit. It just happens. They're going to get nowhere with this Cody Rhodes thing. And it ain't Cody's fault. Cody, man, I understand that he has to struggle and pay his dues. But damn, make it make sense. It don't make sense. If he gonna feud with Brock, give us a reason why to invest in this feud. He just attacks him out of nowhere. We still don't know why. We don't know what the beef is. He don't give, and we just confused. We're like, yo, why is he attacking him? If Brock give us an explanation, then we know. And this devaluing Cody's stock. And see, here's the thing. This is what the risk is. He go and beat Brock with a broken arm, they gonna turn him into Cena. He's gotten over. Cody Rhodes has gotten over on his own without this bullshit. He's gotten over. He has the dopest theme song up there. He can work. He can talk. You got your baby face right there, but he's stuck in the limbo right now. And I understand you don't want to let the tribal chief take that L. I understand that. You want to get that record for him. But damn, give Cody something. And don't give him the that belt. Don't give him that secondary belt. That's not going to do nothing for him. He needs to beat Roman Reigns. That's where the buck stops. He needs to beat Roman Reigns to complete his story. That's what needs to happen. He needs to beat Roman Reigns. He needs to be the one. And I kind of think this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it was originally a part of the plan. But then when Vince McMahon muscled his way back in power, they changed all that shit. They changed it all. So now, he went ahead and rewrote that the last minute. They probably had Cody coming in and winning that shit, right? He probably had him already winning. Yeah, I think he did. And then it would make more sense for Brock Lesnar to come after him. Because think about it. If Cody was supposed to win, right? That would make more sense for Brock Lesnar to want to attack him. Because think about it. Cody Rhodes, this is the story. Cody Rhodes come from another league. AEW. Has 2 matches. Tears his pec. Comes back. Wins the Royal Rumble. Beats the Tribal Chief. Now he's the top dog. Brock Lesnar, on the other hand, feels salty. He's opening card against Umas. So, what does he do? It gives him a reason to go after Cody, because now not only Cody is the champion, now he can have a feud with Cody for the belt. Because now Brock can feud with Cody, because he can't have a match with Roman, but he can feud with Cody for the belt. That's what I'm thinking what the plan was. But then Vince came through and like, nah, damn it. He needs 1,000 reigns, damn it. Because we can't have that Phillip Brooks guy holding that title reign for so long. So we got to let Cody struggle. And we're going to let him fight the beast. Well, and Triple H, well, what about the story? There ain't going to be no damn story. It just has to happen like that. And that's where it went. That's exactly how it went. And that's where you see shit just getting booked off the fly right there. But that would make more sense. I believe too, man. I believe Cody was designed to win it. It would make more sense. Because Roman ain't defending the shit no way. He was going on vacation. He been on vacation. Yeah. So that's what it was. They went ahead and caught cold feet. He probably was designed to win that shit for months. Vince came through with the finessing, with the muscling, and boom, took it all over. Sound like Vince would say. That's exactly what he said. Yeah, I understand, Paul. I understand that you have things going on, but with me being in charge of power again, I don't think Cody Rhodes is ready for being involved with the Tribal Chief's plans. Well, what do you mean? Well, I'm thinking Cody has to struggle a little more. I mean, he struggled a little bit, tearing his pec in. Things like that. But we need a real struggle. Damn it, we need a real struggle. And we're going to send him the beast. Brock Lesnar. Now, if he can beat Brock Lesnar, then we mean Cody Rhodes, he could be the Beast Slayer. Yeah, he could be the Beast Slayer right there. Matter of fact, I'm going to book a match where Cody Rhodes could kill a deer. And he puts the deer on top of him. And he walks to the ring with the deer over his shoulder. And, damn it, that was, then with the match, he's going to walk with the deer in his shoulder. He's going to pull out a knife. And he's going to point it to Brock Lesnar. And he say, this is the Beast Slayer. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it, Triple H. So, damn it, you go in there and you write it. That's exactly how that shit went, man. Like, how is he not in jail? He learned from Trump, nigga. He learned how to do this shit with Trump. Cause him and Trump are buddies anyway. They're more the same than people think. Sexy show woman's like, what the fuck, man? Man, look, when you got money like that, like him and Trump, they bought 2 peas in a pot. They can get away with all that stuff. You get a lot of money to push that back. This nigga came back and took the same spot. I think he did some finessing though, man, because it's like he finessed the hell out them Saudis though, because I'm like, damn, man, Saudis, they paying billions of dollars for this shit. Are you serious? This product today ain't worth $500,000. He got the Saudis paying billions. That's what that 10-year deal is for when they go to Saudi Arabia. I wouldn't pay $500,000 for this bullshit Vince putting out. But I think what he be doing, one thing the WWE have a credit for. I'm gonna tell you what he probably did. He showed them old highlight packages reel. Cause one thing the WWE could do, and they inspired me to do this, they can make the best highlight reels ever. They make you invested in it. Like you don't even care who feuded, but if they could put a good highlight reel or a promotional package together to sell a match, oh, you gonna watch that shit. You gonna watch it. And I think what he did, Vince went ahead and took 5 of his best. He took 5 of his best. He took the one with Austin and Rock, WrestleMania 17. He took the one with Cena and Edge. He took the one with Lita and Trish. He took the one with CM Punk and Cena Punk and Cena. He took probably 5 or 10 of his best highlight reels that they did and sold it to the Saudis. And the Saudis like, oh, this is some fly shit. Yo, hell yeah, we go put 10 billion. They ain't watched the product. The product is dog shit. But Vince took those classic packages, put it together to sell it, and the Saudis are like this. Really good. Really good. Shit, it would get me. Yo, those packages the WWE put together are 5-star. The one of the best ones they did to me was the one they did with Austin and Vince. When he said, I guarantee it, you will lose the WWF title. I got a master plan, Austin. See, I would show it to y'all, but I don't want my channel getting flagged for copyright. But that one they did for Unforgiven, I think it was Unforgiven, when Austin was wrestling The Undertaker and Kane, and Vince had his master plan. This wild nigga had Hitler on that motherfucker. He had John Kennedy. He had all these dictators and stuff on the packages. I was like, yo. Then he had the war-drawn type music. I said, yo, I'm spending my $49.99 on this shit. This shit look live. That's why WCW couldn't really compete. WCW didn't really have a lot of good highlight reels, like highlight packages like the WWF did. Like, with certain things they did, but they couldn't compete like that. ECW actually could compete better with that, because ECW brought the real fight feel energy too. It was more gritty. WCW couldn't really do that. Even though the one with Sting was good. The Sting Hogan one was one of the best I've seen. Y'all remember the one they did with Stone Cold where he was walking in the dark alley? He was talking shit about Bret Hart. That's one of my favorites as well. They have some of the best video packages I ever seen, man. Better than the NFL. Better than the NBA. They can sell you a fight. I swear. They can, especially with the music they have. Yeah. Yeah. So he finessed the Saudis real well and got that bag. Him and Nick Khan did. He told Nick Khan, yo, re-up them reels from 98, 99. Give me the best ones. We're going to sell it to the Saudis. The Saudis not knowing they don't even watch wrestling over there. They don't watch the current product. They watching this now. That's why they pressuring them to get the big stars. That's why I was like, look, motherfucker, you had Undertaker and Goldberg on this package. You need to give them both a bag. Why you think Shawn Michaels came out there with his bald-headed ass? That Saudi blood money was thick, boy. Shoot, they want to see the stars. And Vince was like, yo, I got to show everybody on that package. He called Shawn Michaels. Shawn, I know you're retired and I know you're a man of your word. But if you could do me this favor and show up to Saudi Arabia, you could be Hunter. I got a match booked with you and Taker and Kane. So I need you to come over there and make it right. And he did. He did. I'm telling you, man, that's exactly how it went down. He finessed the hell out of the Saudis, man. That's a hustler move right there. Because nobody in the right mind, man, what's the name of that company that bought him out now? I think they under, what's the name? Hold on, I'm going to look it up real quick. Because it's the company with the UFC. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Let me look it up real quick. Hold on one second. They up there with what's the name of that company? Endeavor. Endeavor. Yeah, he up there with Endeavor. He sold Endeavor the same move. He finessed them niggas. He told it. He showed Endeavor the same shit that he showed the Saudis, and got a big bag out of that. That's how you do. That's when you know. That's one thing for sure. Classics do not have devaluation. You could get far in life with classics on your belt, man. He re-up 5 of his best shit and sold it to him. Got $1 billion deals out the ass. That's one thing I give Vinnie Mac credit for, man. He a hustler, motherfucker. Straight up. When you're a promoter like that, man, I gotta tip my hat, man. He know how to play the game when it comes to getting that bag, though. Now booking, I understand. You know, he 100-some years old. He ain't gonna have a clue with what's going on out here. But when it comes to getting that bag, when it comes to getting those TV deals, shoot, this nigga gave us WrestleMania. Shit. They say Hogan racist, but everybody racist. Man, look, I ain't never liked Hulk Hogan, to be honest with you. That gave me more of a reason not to like him. You know what I'm saying? That gave me a justification not to like him. I already knew he was a slime bag. I ain't never like him. But I gotta acknowledge his impact. You know? I gotta acknowledge his impact. Because without Hulk, a lot of this shit will be out here. You know? It is what it is. They say Hogan racist, but yeah, but still. People didn't like Hulk already. Stevie Ray, Booker T, Booker say Hogan cool to him. Yeah, you know. I'm going to say what I say because I ain't never like him. I ain't never like his matches. I ain't never like none of that shit. But at the same time, and people can say what they want. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm about to say. He opened up the door for them niggas to get the bag. I got to give him credit for that. Like, can't take that away from him, regardless of how you feel about it. Same with Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan. Without these two, we won't be watching this shit. You know? We can say what we want about them, but without those two, you ain't seen nobody getting the bag. They the two origins of this. Vince McMahon and Hulkamania. It starts with that. I mean, you know, it already was there. You know, going back to Jimmy Snuka jumping off the cage. But when it comes to mainstream, those are the two. That's why everybody have a love-hate relationship with the WWE, because we realize without those two, no wrestlers getting the bag like that. Now, they both play some cutthroat game, but you know wrestling's a cutthroat business. You know, it's a cutthroat business, dog. But, like I said, ain't nobody, yeah, you right though, man. Nobody watching. At the end of the day, they open up doors for that mainstream TV deals, WWF Saturday Night, Rock and Wrestling, all that stuff. I wasn't watching that shit though until I didn't get into WWF till like around 88, 89 when I seen Savage really shining. I was a WCW guy. I was watching NWA, WCW, Crockett Promotions. That's all. That was me because it looked more real. Like I was watching the Road Warriors, I was watching the Horsemen, Dusty Rhodes, and Magnum TA, the Rock and Roll Express. Those were my guys, you know. Then Sting came around. When Sting came around, I was hooked. But when Hogan, what got me to WWF was this though. When I seen Savage snap it on Hulk out of nowhere, cause you know, what's his name? When Savage was paranoid and shit, Hogan was trying to get Liz from her. I watched that first ever WWF Saturday Night, and I said, hold up, this shit kind of good. Because I was so watching WCW all the time. Then, even though the acting was cheesy if you look at it now. But then I'm like, yo, Savage, he bum rushed his partner. Get that nigga, yo. I don't like this Hulk Hogan dude, man. He sound corny. He sound phony. Savage beat the shit out of him. He threw Liz out the way. Randy Savage was really who got me into WWF, though. Randy Savage is one of my all-time favorites. From the promos, to the way he worked, to the intensity that he brought. It won't that say your prayers, eat your vitamins bullshit. It was Randy Savage that brought me to the WWF. Real talk. Randy Savage was the one. He had the illest move with the elbow drop. Then I seen the match as a youngster, what he did with Steamboat, because I was getting into it. And I was like, yo, this dude is the truth. He could wrestle his ass off. He could talk a good game. He had the fly shit, with the robe. He had Liz in check. Yo, Randy was like what you would consider the package. Pause. He was considered the super package. He was the package of what a superstar was. For real, man. So big rest in peace to the Macho Man Randy Savage, man. That was my true introduction to the WWF, because I noticed by WCW it started changing after a while, man. That's when, the Jim Herd era came and shit. And you start seeing goofy shit coming around WCW. Then I start seeing my man, like I see it on the Brain Busters, Arn Anderson and Tully, they went over there. That's when I started watching it more. Cause the Horsemen, man, they was the shit. Then I seen Flair, Flair and Steamboat holding it down. Then they said they had the Road Warriors turning heel, but other than that, WCW wasn't really hitting it like that no more. So that's why I started watching WWF a little more until they got it right. But yeah, man, that's one rap with y'all for a little bit on some wrestling content, man. Like, I do this from time to time. So, anyways, I'm about to be up out of here. Be sure to just subscribe to this channel. I'm about to upload this on the Off the Cuff Radio channel. So, y'all be safe. Peace out.